the on button on, it'll be okay.
Howdy, howdy. It's just me right now. Says I have one viewer. Hello, my one viewer. How have you been? I have two. How have you both been? Wait, how come it's showing one watching on one? Do I have two live streams right now or something? That's pretty weird. Okay. Now it's showing, yeah, it's showing two lives. Interesting. Hey, Gary. It's raining. I had a phone call last minute. A friend of mine I hadn't seen in 20 years was camping up here, and she called me after she got back and wanting to come back up to talk some more. She's from an old church. So, quiplash, quiplash, quiplash. Watching dumb debate too. Yeah, I don't watch the debates. Stomp your feet and say it really loud, E-Rep. I don't think it'll help, but go ahead. Do it. Do it. You can do it. I don't even know if I can run Quiplash. Because I have a poor signal here. It's when I'm in Wilhoit, I can run where I want. I was so we kind of rely on Nev to run the games because he's got a better signal. Last time I ended up with 2-inch hole in the heel of your foot. Wow. Okay, temper tantrums, not a good thing to do. Yeah, I wouldn't run Quiplash anyway. That's what I said. My signal's kind of weak. But we got the cooling on the hotspot. I should have done it first, but I was on the phone trying to set everything up. And now I got to find a tiny piece that I have to put on the hotspot before I can disconnect me. So yeah, I think the signal's probably a bit too weak to be running a Quiplash. Or any game, actually. So, sorry about that. I don't know where Dev is. I didn't message him. I couldn't get on a website he wanted me to check, and I didn't get the response, and I'm just too busy. I can't. It caused a blister, but the doctor said it was from stomping my foot, and the hospital charged me a lot of money for not much of anything. Yeah, it can cost thousands of dollars in the hospital and ER. Or for an aspirin. There we go. In the ER. All right. I'm going to have to get me another piece of that because I don't know what happened to the one I was using. Okay. I'm going to try to be careful setting the cooling thing. It won't slip. Okay. On. It didn't slip. We're in business. Just got to plug it in. I got a Peltier cooling fan for my hotspot. And it seems to work nicely. But my signal is a little low tonight. Got some new movies. Probably end up watching one of those anyway. Yeah, and the Vic BC probably has bingo tonight, which I didn't check, but I probably won't be staying up to play that. They start it too late in the evening for me. So we had some excitement today. We had a group of campers come in 3 vehicles, and it's only one way in a loop. So 2 of them went one way and one went the other way, and they almost had a head-on collision with each other. It was kind of funny. It looked like the Wild Wild West going on here. And my coworker's up here and she's yelling, slow down, slow down. He's like, how fast? I said, well, the speed limit's 15 miles an hour. And he goes, I wasn't going faster than 15. I said, no, but you were going the wrong direction. And I wanted to say, if you're going the wrong direction, you have to go negative 15 miles per hour. But that was the big excitement for today. Oh, I got thorny things. We got a branch that fell down for no reason at all in the street. I had to drag it off the street. He said a wind came and knocked it off, and I looked. Nobody tried to chop it, but I didn't experience any high winds either. So I'm like, were they trying to yank it down? And then the guy from one of the other campsites coming acting like he was in trouble for something. And I didn't ask anymore. Ugh. Oh, no wonder I don't see it. So, yeah. Bev must be sleeping. I didn't set up a service to text with. I don't give my number to text, my cell phone number to text to people I haven't met in real life. So I got to set up a texting service in order to text from the other phone number I have. And I didn't get to that either. I have a hard time doing real life and working at the same time. And I'm only doing like 20 hours a week. It's just rough. Maybe he was the one that knocked the branch down. That's what I was thinking. When he came out looking suspicious, I thought he was the one taking it down and the other guy didn't want to rat on him. That's what I was thinking. Because I'm like, there was no strong winds. How did that branch come down? I bet you when I go back in the morning, that branch is dragged over to somebody's campsite. It's like babysitting a bunch of children sometimes. I don't know why people just can't respect rules, as they always think they have a special privilege to not follow them. I just want to ask them what kind of credentials do they have that they're entitled to do something no one else is allowed to do. That's what I'm trying to understand. And we just found that there's somebody overstaying constantly. And they had used 2 different reservation names for a female. And he took the painting sign off his truck so nobody knew it was him. It's like, oh boy. There's other Forrest. I don't understand unless he's working in Prescott. But there's other campgrounds. There's ones that are not national forest that you can pay to go to. There's no reason to be breaking the rules. No reason. I've been a nomad since 2017, and I overstayed one day twice. One time was because I did my math wrong and they just gave me that extra day. And another time it was my birthday and I felt entitled. And it was wrong and I should go to jail. But it's camping as long as they pick up the trash. Well, because overstaying in an area does ruin the forest, especially when they're chopping down trees. I could show you some pictures. Some guy cleared a whole area because he wanted trees. But they don't behave. If we didn't have to worry about people dumping their pee all the time and chopping down stuff, it might not be a problem. But they dump their gray water, they go to the bathroom out there. It's like you get too much of that and you destroy an area. We have parts of the forest we've had to close down, especially dispersed camping spots. We have to close down because people don't want to follow the rules. They think they're all exceptions. Hey, Drip Dan, Kiwi, Yowie. How are you this evening? You watch a channel that does snake relocations out of the Prescott area. Yeah, we got some nice snakes. As long as they don't creep in and try to touch me, no bugs, no snakes, nobody touch me, and they're fine. But we had a bullnose at the other host site. She thought it was a rattler, but it doesn't have a rattle. And plus, the Diamondbacks have diamonds; they don't have squares, and it was a bullnose. Hey, Nobby, how are you? I didn't get to hear the rest of Carrie's stream today because my signal cut out. And then I had to go back to work. Bullnose. You mean a bull snake? Yeah, they call him a bullnose sometimes here. Because he's got kind of a square nosed and pointier, I guess. I'm guessing. Some call them bullnose, some just call them bull. Ugh. Sounds like the rain may have stopped. I'm hearing lots of crickets too. Never heard it bullnose before. I've heard it bullnose a lot of times, but I don't hang out with professionals or watch professional shows. It's just us hicks calling him a bullnose snake. Yeah. And maybe gopher snakes. We got, oh yeah. I think they call it both of them. Or they might be so closely related, we just call them both. But yeah, gopher snakes we got. We got the gophers too. I keep trying to bury that one. And it just keeps digging its spot out. And then then he dug a new spot on the other side of the campsite, and the camper tried to make a little entrance way for him and thinks it was kind of cute, actually. They put big rocks around it like a front yard and made a walkway for it. I probably couldn't tell the difference between them. We probably think they're the same thing, and that's probably what we just call them. They're both harmless, so we don't bother. Why strain yourself trying to tell the difference if it ain't going to cause harm? All right. I'll see you later. Thought I'd just go in so people wouldn't worry. I really got no content. It's got no content tonight other than just visiting. I wish I could run that multiplayer jigsaw. That would be fun to do. But a stupid signal. I can't wait to get somewhere where I get a better signal. So I've been watching Squirrel Tribe, and all the information she's getting on that wildfire, and it's looking, with the stuff she's collecting, it's looking like it was intentional to move the locals out. In fact, there was some kind of bill or something passed the day before or right before it. It's just looking really suspicious. And it's already been 3 days of information she's been putting out there. And it's quite impressive what she was able to gather. And a lot of stuff does not make sense. And you should watch her, Squirrel Tribe, if you haven't watched her before. She's digging up a lot of info. And sad part was there was a lot of kids home alone when this all started, and parents at work and not able to get to them. It's just disgusting. Unfortunately, I don't either. So, do you watch Squirrel Tribe, Carrie? She has got so much information already. And it's 3 days worth, over an hour each video. And she's got even more. I'm sorry, Nobby. I can't wait. All right, maybe I can go to YouTube. Hopefully it doesn't cut us off. I won't be able to play any videos. I highly suggest watching Squirrel Tribe. The information she's digging up is amazing. Day after fire footage. Oh, yeah, that's a view. Let me see if I can get Squirrel Tribe's link in here and you guys can check it out. But she has gathered a lot of suspicious information. In fact, I'm probably going to go back and rewatch a lot of it because I zone out and I missed quite a bit. All right. Here's a link to her channel. And there we go. Actually, she started talking about it 5 days ago. I thought it was 3 days. I've got a lot to catch up on. Oh, yeah, the 3 days is the information she dug up. She's been covering it for 5 or more days. And I wish I could play it, but my signal's bad. I'm lucky I was able to open another browser and not lose the signal. So, if anybody wants to come up, they can. Probably all talked out from watching the other YouTubes or doing your own live today. People yelling. I'm hoping I don't have to go out after quiet time tonight. I've got some rowdy groups of people. Somebody was blaring music this afternoon. Couldn't do much about it. It wasn't quiet time, but man, that's disturbing everybody's peace. Yeah. I'm a little wiped myself. Didn't really do much. I have difficulty working and doing life at the same time. I'm only doing 20 hours a week and I'm struggling to get my life stuff done. The 4 nuclear meltdowns in Japan causes all these disease in the nation. Yeah. Well, watch Squirrel Tribe. She's dug up some information. It looks like it was very intentional to take the land away and rebuild. Especially with what Biden said, which he never's. Yeah. I just suggest watching all her info. It looks like it was very intentional. Yes, and the world's polluted and it's gonna die and everything's gonna die off. That's the way it is. Not much we can do about it unless you got a rocket to take it somewhere. But it doesn't look like it was what you said it was. It looks like it was an intentional fire set to clear out the locals. There's just so much evidence. You'll just have to see it. Of course, they'll probably want to dock people for saying stuff. They haven't done anything about her report, so I figure I'm safe enough to say stuff about it too, except I don't remember most of what she said. I was just trying to comprehend all of it. Extinct why nuclear radiation. There's more than just nuclear killing things off. Way more. It's not just nuclear killing everything off. Just look at the Georgia Guidestones. It says they want to reduce the world's population. They're going to do it with everything they can. Everything. Facebook explains why the blue tarps were the blue paint on the roof. I think there's a lot more than just starfish that are extinct, Nobby. A lot more. There's a lot of deformities in the world, in the animal kingdom and plant kingdom. Deformities, all kinds of stuff. More than just the starfish are gone. Way more. And all the starving whale sharks and dolphins last. Yep. Yep. All true. The planet's contaminated with more than nuclear. It's not just nuclear. Way more stuff. There's millions of stuff out there. And it's not going backwards. Not going to go backwards. The lasers can't penetrate or work on blue. Interesting. Oh no, there's more things you can't see, touch, or smell that are killing us. Million and one things. They want to reduce the population. They're going to do it any way they can. Even electricity itself, which we use every day, and we're so spoiled. We're never going to stop using it every day. I even have my solar set up, and even that is contamination in a way. It's all killing us. Yep. It's more than nuclear, Nobby. You got a whole lot more stuff to focus on than just nuclear. We get rid of nuclear, it's not going to fix it. Got a million other things to take care of, too. Yeah, I heard you say that. I'm under the impression there's nothing I can do. We can tell people, but what good's telling if nobody does anything? And what is there to do? We can't take it all off the planet at one time. And it's more than just that one thing. There's so many things. Yep. Yep. I don't really see any solutions unless we know how to get rid of this stuff. And if it's been going for 11 years, hasn't anybody tried to stop it? Nobody at all? Just Nobby? We had 11 years to gather up people to stop it, and nothing's happening. Give me a solid plan and I'll jump in. Okay, what's the solid plan? Tell us what the plan is. Hey, Carrie. I want to hear the plans and how people can get involved. That would be helpful, Nobby. I can't hear you, Carrie. Okay. You've been doing stuff for 11 years and it's still not able to stop it? I still can't hear you, Carrie. Today at 1 p.m., they admit dumping in the Pacific as they're allowing it officially today. We've been doing it. Okay, we have, but what's the plan to stop it? Hey, Andy, nuclear is the cleanest, safe form, and yeah, they're dumping it in public. Yes, they are. What's the plan to stop it? Nobby, you can shout, but I need to know what the plan is to stop it. Is there a plan? Any plan other than just telling about it? There's got to, 11 years, there should be some form of a plan somewhere. Okay, what's the plan to stop the terrorists? What do I personally do besides spreading word? What do I personally do to stop the terrorists? I think your microphone's broke, Carrie. Just not hearing it at all. Well, let me check your level. Nobby, you're shouting in chat, but I don't see any solid plan of what some person who hears about this can actually do. I am repeating over and over because Nobby's doing this instead of all the secrecy. But we need an actual plan. I can't keep hearing about things if there's no plan to participate in stopping it. That's why I'm repeating. I personally don't have a way to stop the terrorist. I don't have a way to tell someone else how to stop the terrorist. I am not friends with somebody who can stop the terrorist. That's what I'm talking about. Us good people are the 80%. Okay. We're 80%. So what's the plan? I have no experience in eliminating terrorists, and I would probably get locked up if I attempted anything. I don't know anybody who fights terrorists. I don't think my sheriff knows how to fight a terrorist unless it's in the area. We get together. How do we get together? Is there an address, an email, a phone number? Is there a day to meet? Okay. Again, it's not in my power to get rid of the government. Who's meeting? When and where? Who do we talk to? Who do we talk to about meeting? Who do we contact to get them locked up? Solution is the Constitution. Who do we get to enforce it? I can't enforce it. Who do I call to enforce it? Is there a group that meets? Where do they meet? What's their email? What's their phone number? All right, who's going to organize the 80%? Sunday talks in the park. Which park? There might be ideas, but I'm not a person that can formulate and start groups. I need to contact someone who can, so I know when to attend. Organizing is not my strong suit. I can attend if I know where, when, and who to talk to. Less than 1% are listening. Yeah. Do you want me to go box their ears? Stomp on their toes? We need to talk to someone who has the power to organize it. I don't know anybody like that myself. They're good ideas. We've been talking about it for, I don't know. Heck, people don't even want to listen to what the Constitution is. How are they listening to all the other stuff? We need somebody who can organize this stuff, and I don't know who it is. But there's a lot of garbage to get off this planet somehow. But we can't put it in the solar system because that's going to throw the whole solar system off. It's all connected. When I did the convoy, I realized how many people really care. We couldn't get anybody to join something that was already started. Now that it fell apart and they're fighting each other, it's even less likely. Carrie can organize it. How many people can you gather up, Carrie? We got to gather at least 10% of the people of the world to fight this. What's going to motivate 10% of the people to do anything at all? It could be put in a giant vault somewhere. All right, we need somebody with money to make a giant vault because the government won't do it. Who do we know that can build a big vault? %20 will ignore it. They are the problem. I think 80% has been ignoring it if it's been going on for 11 years. I think people ignoring the problem's a lot higher than we like to admit. Even the good people are tired because they don't know what to do. They don't know who to turn to. They don't know who to talk to. They talk to their representatives and it just goes on deaf ears. So who do you talk to? Who has the ability to unite all these people? And how do you get them in contact with the people who can even begin to do anything? You got 100 people? Okay. Do any of those 100 people know somebody who can build a vault? Because we can't rely on the government for it. So we need someone who's gonna do it out of their own finances, or at least be able to fundraise for it. It falls on deaf ears. And I'll tell you the main reason it falls on deaf ears is because they're like me. Who do I talk to? Where do I go? What do I do? The only thing I know of is bugging my representatives, but if they're crooked, so how? I don't even know. It falls on deaf ears because we're at a loss of what to do. We need a leader. Until there's a plan, someone to contact, some way to get involved, it's going to continue to fall on deaf ears because the people who are listening are the people who don't have the power to do it. That's why I keep saying, what's the plan? Who do I talk to? What do I contact? What do I do? If I don't have any of those answers, how do I tell someone else what to do? Who to connect to? We know a convoy, but that didn't get very many people. That wasn't even, I don't think it was even 1% of the Americans. And the people we did have, they did good at organizing what happened, but they didn't know how to get more people. We need someone who knows how to get more people, that can tell them who to talk to, where to go, what to do. We need somebody with that kind of power. Otherwise, it's going to continue falling on deaf ears, because if we don't have a way of knowing what to do, it's just builds anxiety. You get more and more anxious over what's going on and the lack of power to do anything about it. And that's why I think everything falls on deaf ears, because we're not trying to be deaf. We'd like to help. We just don't know how to be effective in getting it done. And I don't even know if it's even possible to unite people after that convoy, and the fact that we could hardly get anybody to join. It's just even less likely that we'd get anybody to join. I mean, it's the same. I just don't know. I'm at a loss. I have a hard time just gathering information and not having a way of doing anything about it. It makes me very anxious. It makes me depressed. And then I can't go and do anything. Howdy.
Howdy, I will try it again.
Yep, I hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, we are totally out of numbers with this one. I mean, it's going to take large numbers, and
But
someone,
who's going to get them?
I don't know. That's the problem. That's the problem they're facing all around the world. Nabi has the one channel that does the, I can't say the name. Anyway, um, there's a lot of problems to it. They've been fighting it ever since Hiroshima. That atolls being blown up, and all the practices and everything. Even when they did build the reactors, the people chained themselves to the gates, and in piles. They still got around them. Took the bolt cutters, cut them off, threw them in jail, did their thing. It's been a long history of fighting against them, and we can't get anything accomplished.
I know. That's what I mean.
It's
It drives me crazy. It's
we
like,
need
give
to
me something to do.
we need to work we need to work first to get our liberty and our constitution back in place, and then go from there and clean up the mess.
Well, we
It's
can't even
first.
we can't even get our constitution cleaned up at this point.
It's yeah. It's scary because people just don't care. They
Well, they
just don't.
don't know what to do. They don't know who to go, where to go. When they do write the representatives, nothing happens. So,
No.
because they want to preserve their sanity, they choose to ignore it.
Yeah,
That's why
because
it falls on deaf ears.
they're ruling on their own now. They don't care about what we say anymore. It's just like tonight in debates. Every one of them wants a bigger federal government. They
And
want
if
the
we
government.
don't have a way to stop them or change it, then we're pretty much powerless.
People need to stand up and revolt. You know, in a peaceful way.
But it falls on deaf ears because they don't want to stand by themselves. Who do they contact?
Yeah, I see it day in and day out when I'm online. Uh, all the regulars, but nobody new, nobody coming on. You know, it's and if you do something else, you get the numbers, but you don't talk about the freedom. You don't talk about the Constitution. You talk about they talk about having fun and everything. It's yeah.
Because what they did do has had no effect and nobody's joining. So where do you go
It's
after
all
that?
it's all falling to pieces. It's all
And
gone back.
how do you get other people involved if there's no one to call, no one to contact, no
We have
place to meet?
we have to go out there and talk to everybody we meet. Everybody we meet, plant a seed. We don't have to tell them any group or anything. Just plant the seed that we're out for. The saving the Constitution, want to unite. Get the point across. Plant the seed, and people will think about it and talk about it. That's how we got to get started. I might start out slow, but we have to plant the seed and then cultivate it as we go along. It's and I don't know whether we have enough time or not.
I talk to people all the time and they all agree with me and they know what's going on, but they
Exactly.
have no plan of action and I have nothing to give them.
Because it's the old attitude, I don't want to get involved.
How do they get involved? I need a solid way to tell them how to get involved, other than talking.
Follow you, start your own.
What?
Everybody's got to do it individually, and then all come together.
I'm not an organizer. I can't just put in the newspaper, everybody meet me here. 2 people will show up.
That's me. That's me.
Well,
I don't know what
then they tune me out after that because no one showed and they're done.
I don't know whether it's my voice or the way I do it. I don't know. It just seems like I'm sitting still, spinning my wheels, and everybody else is passing me by, with their content. And if they read my content in Facebook on my page on Facebook and other places, they'll see the content.
Well, most of the people I know the Constitution. They know it's very wrong. They know that these people shouldn't be in office, but that's it. They don't know who to talk to, nothing else. They write, nothing happens. They're burned out.
Yep.
And there's no real plan. So it's like it's very hard for me to continue listening to it all the time when there's no solid plans.
No plan at all.
And there isn't. And I can't get people involved because they'll only listen to you for so long. If you don't have a plan and nothing works, they tune you out and they're done.
They're done, right? They're done. I'm hoping to get it organized here. I just can't get well quick enough.
I don't even have the power to organize. I just don't have the mental capabilities of doing that. I can barely work my 20 hours and do my life stuff.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'm getting too old. It just, when I got done today, I got a sharp pain in my side, by the surgery, and I go, oh man, what's going on here? I'm supposed to be getting well, but yeah, it's rough. It's rough, and I see these numbers and everything. I'm like, man, what's going on? Does nobody care at all? And I see.
No, it's not that they don't care. It's that they want to be effective and there's no real effective plan and they don't know how.
And all they've seen and witnessed is failure after failure after failure.
Exactly. So
and
when you're at that point and you don't have the power to be an organizer, what do? You
try to work with somebody that can organize.
And I don't know anybody like that.
Yeah,
if I did, I would.
I know. You're kind of out there in the nowhere.
I know.
Yep.
So that's why I don't listen to that stuff all day, is because I can't deal with it because there's nothing I can do.
Mm-hmm. Just
I did what I could. I went on a convoy and lost all my savings, broke most of my stuff, cleaned myself out, and now I'm like, I couldn't afford to do it again if I wanted to.
Right. That's my problem. I can't afford to do a lot.
And I'm so disappointed because we did all that hard work and we begged people to join us and nobody would. So even that route won't work again.
Yeah, well, the J6ers were in prison. They were trapped, and that did the trick. I mean, that kept people at bay. It really shut people down because people are afraid now to go out and do anything.
Yep.
And I hate to say it, but not one of those people should have walked into the White House. I mean, in the Capitol, it was unlocked. I mean, Everything tells you that's a trap. But they did it anyway. And they're going to go down in history as heroes, but it's going to take a while. It's going to take a long while. But every one of them have given everything. All those in jail across the country have given everything to the country, and it's gonna benefit them in the long run. And they are actually all heroes. But the other side did the trick by stopping us. They made everybody afraid to stand up. And when we do things like that, we got to do it legally, 100%. No,
Yeah.
listen to the agitators say, "Come and do this, do this." They got to put all that to the side and stick to one particular plan. Outside of the place, protesting peacefully, not throwing things back if the police happen to throw tear gas or whatever. We had to stand strong and take it. Even the agitators come against it. We got to keep our mouths shut and let them spew their vile. But we want to react and act out,
Yep, that's it.
and it makes it worse.
Yep.
There's a lot of things, the mistakes we've made, but people are just too doggone afraid to do it again.
Yep.
That is the problem in a nutshell. I mean, until we get to the point where people are going to stand up and stand behind us, it's like null and void. I mean, I'm like saying, I think every day about giving up, every blooming day when I, see everything going for nothing. It just, it tears at you mentally and physically.
Morning, both of you, anyway, if you can hear me.
Can hear you.
How do you like Mindy? He finally showed him for the first time today.
I don't think it's the first time I've shown him my face.
I've seen his hair before. I didn't realize it was dreads, though.
Yeah. Looks good. And my granddaughter did mine up last weekend, I mean. I'm not going to put the pictures of it up. They wanted me to look like a Norwegian a Viking.
With horn dreads.
Oh, no.
With dreads sticking up in air. like a bull arm.
I could put it up there, but I'm not going to do it. Let me see if I got one I can show.
No, if you do, it's going to end up on one of my videos.
No, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm on my phone because my computer won't. I don't know. It's messing up on StreamYard for some reason. Yeah, it takes so much money to do this stuff. It's pathetic, and nobody helps. Every now and then you get a good help, but not too often. Not too often.
Now people are condemned for doing fundraising now.
Yeah. Man, if we had auctions like we do now, when I had to get rid of my stuff and couldn't give it away, would have been perfect, because I had all kinds of memorabilia and antique stuff, you name it, I had it. From sewing machines to typewriters to NASCAR models and S trucks and
most of the stuff I owned, I had on the convoy with me. I ended up giving a lot of stuff away to help other people get through it.
Mm-hmm. And people with these auctions, they want to give what the thing's worth instead of what they're given for, which is totally wrong. It's not for what the item is. It's sad. It's sad seeing what's going on. Really, really sad.
Well, now I'm fighting Social Security again.
Yeah.
They want to cut my income in half, saying that I'm living somewhere else for free. I'm like, no, I live in my camper.
Yeah.
But I used the wrong word in the interview, and now I got to fight it all over again.
Yep. One
The
word.
inheritance I got was supposed to be cleared after I got a vehicle. They came after me after the convoy.
Hmm.
I'm on their little shit list, I guess.
Yeah, you were on the convoy.
Yep.
Yep. I'm afraid that's what I'm going to run into. I'm trying to see if I can get. I'm going to try to see if I can get SSI. I think it's supposed to give that on top of Social Security.
Problem you've got there, Wendy, is that
No, you get one or the other. You don't get both. What?
problem is there you've got there, Wendy, is that you're American and your government's anti-American.
Yeah.
Pretty similar
There's
to
not. I've tried to do what I know how to do about it. I don't know how to do anything else about it right now.
You're too much of the opposite of what the government are. That's why they don't like you.
I know that. And there's nothing I could do about it, so.
Well, you're not going to change from being a lovely person, are you?
Nothing's going to change what I want to be.
No.
The only person I have to answer to is God, and I don't have to answer to anybody else.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. I just struggle.
And I don't care about anybody else's opinions either. Maybe that's why they have a hard time trying to troll me, because I don't care.
Exactly. Because you can look them in face as well. They don't really like that as well, do they? They don't like being looked at.
Yep. I guess that's why they don't bother me, because I don't care.
They don't bother me either, because they know that I'm a nightmare.
They want to bother people who get offended.
Right.
I never get offended. I might get sad about something, but I don't get offended.
I don't get mad. I get even.
I don't even do that. I'm like, just do whatever you're going to do. It reflects on you. It has nothing to do with me.
Right. True.
I'll take them to jail if I got to, but I know how to protect myself.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a 50 caliber you got?
What?
Is it a 50 caliber you've got?
I don't have a caliper.
A 50 caliber? You gun?
Oh, you blow everything away, huh? I know a guy in West Virginia sits in the hollow and he fires it at the deer up on the hillside. Hear him go off, boom.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
They're not too good for your ears, are they? They're really loud.
No, they are loud. and it echoes. It echoes all over the hollow.
It echoes for the rest of it. They have to go out shooting, I tell you. So
Yeah.
I used to go, well, still go pheasant shooting every sort of Christmas, winter time. But that's with 12 balls.
He probably just does it to scare them out of their garden. I've never seen him shoot one, you know. But probably just to scare them away from the garden. They got a pretty good garden there, big one.
Okay, look at the private chat.
Private chat.
Where's that? Oh, it's there. All right. You've been naughty, haven't you?
Yeah, true. Yep.
So how many holes did you make?
How many somebody. What?
Did you pierce somebody? Was it near piercing?
I have bear mace.
I'm going to have to practice my accent. Sound like, you know.
You have an accent?
I'm trying to act like, what's his name? Gondorf.
Gandalf.
Yeah. I can't remember the name, let alone get the accent. I was doing it pretty.
I have never seen a Lord of the Rings.
I watched all of them but the last one. I don't know why I keep putting it off.
I don't even go to the movies anymore. I end up walking out too many times. Too many stuff is like.
There's no ashtrays, is there? There's no ashtrays. I can't stand it.
I don't go to the movies either. I'll watch it maybe.
Band is all. You can't go there anymore. There's no smoking.
Maybe if it comes on TV, but you know.
I don't even watch TV. I just have YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I like to control what goes in because some of it comes back out, and I want to be the person I'm supposed to be, not all that other garbage.
Right. Yeah, I very seldom watch TV.
My friends hate going to the movies with me because if it just starts getting on my nerves, I just get up and walk out.
Yep.
I've just found 39 seconds of Doris. Do you want to see Doris?
Who's Doris?
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah.
Oh, that looks like a visitor I had in my camper the other day.
No, she's in my bath, and she's well trained. I get a bit of toilet roll it down the bath, and she comes out top of the bath whilst I have a shower. She's really cool.
What kind of spider is she?
It's an African house spider.
Okay.
It's about 2 inches round.
I think what I had in here was a wolf spider. He was pretty big too.
I had one like that too. I'm not afraid of spiders, but they give me the jeebies.
I love spiders. They get rid of all rubbish in your house.
Oh yeah,
They're better than the Hoovers.
I'm not afraid of them. I just don't want them to touch me.
Right. Yeah, right.
I had a similar spider not so long ago, about a year ago, and it was in my bedroom, and I knew it was there, yeah. And I woke up one night and I thought, hey, up, spider's right just there hanging above my head. Next thing I goes, hey up, spider, how you doing? It went skittered up its web, up to the ceiling, and left all this dust that landed in my right eye. I couldn't see for about 3 hours afterwards.
Hello.
Hello, you're very quiet.
Yeah, hold on. Let me fix that.
Soft camels. They're soft camels, I swear.
Yeah, it's one of my friends that died.
Oh, sorry to hear.
That is my tribute to him.
Very good.
Wire light soft.
Okay, can you hear me now?
You sound like a bad radio program.
Oh, blimey, it sounds like you're on whatever. It sounds like CB radio.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
That
CB
was
radio
scary.
back in 1970.
That sounds like the radio in the mountains.
Rub it up and all that.
Sorry, I wasn't here earlier, but I had to help Vic set up the new bingo system. They're going to get ready to go live here soon.
Okay.
So I was on there
Yeah.
helping him fix the new bingo with the new cards and stuff like that. With the new bingo caller and all that good stuff.
Yep. I don't think I'm going to play. I can't stay up that late.
No.
I know I can't.
It's too
I
late for
gave
me
up on
already.
the bingo.
It's 20 past 4 in the morning.
I tried to go to that. I tried to go to that link. It didn't let me.
What did it say? What was the error?
The web page don't exist.
Then you must have typed it wrong.
I clicked the link. I didn't type anything.
I'm going to get some Vasa.
Well, everybody else can go to the website.
Oh,
Okay.
I've had
well, that's
5
weird.
people test it and everybody can go to it.
Okay. Then I can't.
Sounds like your VPN is set to a country that is blocking it.
Okay. I'll try another one.
Yeah, I would try a different setting. Instead of being in another country, set it to United States
Well, I didn't set it to another country, but that's okay. I'll try another one. You saw how long it took me to get to that in the first place. I have a hard time working and doing life at the same time. It's just very difficult for me. Silence. Why is it
Yeah,
so
it's
quiet?
because I came. I'll leave. Bye.
What? For real? He left? What the heck? Well, it's obviously not because he came, because everybody's still silent.
I'm drinking tea and rolling up.
What?
I'm drinking tea and rolling one up.
Well, he said it was silent because of him, and then he left. I don't get it. My head hurts now. I hope he's joking. Did anybody get in a fight or something that I don't know about? No. Oh my goodness.
I think us three have been together all day, so we've got that to hide.
I watched the stream for a little bit, but I had to work. I wasn't. I don't know. Maybe he's just having a bad day. That's all I can think of. That's not true. You're just having a bad day. Nobby was drinking his tea and rolling, and I don't know what Carrie's doing because Carrie's still silent. Come back in.
I'm here. I just got back. I got some Vasa.
See, tell Dev to come back in. He took it personal because it got quiet.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I
Come back in, Dev. You just imagined it. Come in. It's okay. Come back.
I just said I was going to get water.
See?
Get a detour.
Okay, I heard a thing, but he didn't come back in.
Oh. Come back in, Wiresoft.
They got on panel because they pitied me. I was all by myself.
And she was saying, I can't think of what I want to say.
There you go. See, they came in because they pitied me.
I do that when boy, I tell you, that's uncomfortable when you get on and you didn't really plan anything and nobody wants to say anything. You just like,
Yeah. I never plan anything. I'll do and I'll go around for a little bit. But if I'm like for on an hour and there's nothing there, eventually I'll just be like, okay.
I plan a few things, but usually I play it by ear,
Yeah.
A lot of it comes spontaneous and I can't keep up with my thoughts. That's, I learned a long time ago. I can't do it. Just,
I never plan any of it except for game night.
Right.
But it's just visiting. It's like, come to my house and visit. That's all it is.
I'm not too sure about the fibber. I put it in there and it would change them.
The defibrillator.
No, when you put an answer and when it gives you the extra answers, you click something else. I'm like, I didn't click that. And I watched.
It did it to me a couple times because it didn't take the first click that I voted for the answer. And then
Yeah.
I went to go vote for the ones I like, and it put that in as my answer because it didn't take the first click and I didn't know it.
Right. It does some crazy things. And
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
With timer, it says I've still got 16 seconds left, and then it just goes all blank, and I can't put anything in. Then you lot say, "Where are you?" It's like, what? I've just typed
Did you
something
click the live button on the video though?
in. Yeah, whatever it is, the game.
Oh,
You lot are saying it's over with, hurry up, and what it's saying on time, what I can see is 16 seconds.
yeah. When I have lag, it acts a little weird on me, but
That's what it is. It's lag, isn't it? So you've got
yeah.
to work out how much lag you've got, and therefore I've got to knock off 16 seconds to do that. To be in time.
You just gotta think a lot faster, man.
Yeah,
Dev, are you coming back up?
I already lost 16 seconds by the time I get the question.
Yeah, have you noticed how the announcers on those games, they sound like Dev?
He's got a voice,
Yeah.
which that otter, the blue otter, actually very fitting for the voice.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
My voice is pure
Do I need
English.
to email him?
I can't really change my voice.
Did he leave?
I don't know. He's not answering. He's not coming up. It's not what he thought it was at all.
No. I'm sorry, I had to go get some water.
Yeah, I need a cup of tea. That one's gone well quick. Make us a cup of tea while you're here, Kerry.
There you go. Make me some decaf.
I can't drink tea, especially black tea. I can drink green tea, but for some reason it gives me headaches. It makes me very dizzy.
I drink over 50
Caffeine.
cups a week.
The
A box of 50s emptied
Yeah.
by weekend.
But I haven't drank tea in years, and when I do, I get pretty ill.
Yeah, I'm on what 6, 7, 8 cups a day.
Mm-hmm. I drink coffee, but I cut way back on it because my blood pressure always climbs when I drink too much.
Well, green tea has more caffeine than coffee.
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't drink a lot of it either. I'll drink Gatorade.
Gatorade. Oh, you're not in touch with the Cenomix list then?
The what?
Cenomix.
I'm muting. I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea.
Cenomix is fetuses. Yeah, let me see if I can get the list. It develops food additives, and they're using aborted fetuses. I can't claim they're all aborted.
Go.
But yeah, let's see if I can get the list up here. But Gatorade's on the list, sadly.
That is not good.
Nope, it's kind of gross. Coffee Mate's on the list.
Oh, I never drink that stuff. That stuff will clog your system up.
Yeah.
That's a well-known fact.
I can't seem to find the list for some reason.
Yeah, that's not a good. Why do they do that? I don't understand.
There's a lot of claims that it's not, but you can take it or leave it. I just know that I looked over the list and that was one of them. And the fact checkers say that products do not contain it, but
Yeah,
there's
but
a list somewhere.
they're usually wrong to a certain point
Yeah.
in their fact checking.
Okay, he's not even responding. Oh well. There's nothing I can do about a misinterpretation and a pouting about it.
I wasn't here, so I don't know what happened.
Well, I said, oh, it got real quiet, which I'd done a few times this evening before he was even here. And he says, it's me, and I'm going to go. And I'm like, what? You're kidding. And he really left.
Oh, my.
So he's having a bad day and he misinterpreted something, and I can't get him to come back. So,
Yeah. If he went to a memorial or whatever, that would.
He's having a bad day and he took it wrong. I can't fix it for him.
No. Hopefully he'll rewatch it and understand. Because I did say I'm going to go get some Vasa.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Okay.
You know how good my memory is, though.
Probably better than mine.
I don't know. It's been bad for quite a long time. Wow, I can't find that list anywhere. I would put the link, but I can't remember where it's at.
Yeah. Anyway, I was watching those, I guess you can call it the vice president debate, because that's about all they might make. And boy, they were for big government, and it was a circus. It was really a circus, and they all agreed with Pence and his decision on January 6th, which that's
Craziness.
ridiculous. Even if he'd have waited a few days, it wouldn't have hurt anything, But the law's written that way to, if there's some complaints and issues, they're supposed to address them, not bypass it and forget it. They're
But
supposed to.
we don't even know how to hold them accountable to make them do it now. It's
Yeah,
like,
and after all that, he says he's a believer in the Lord and all that. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Right.
yeah, that's why I'm under the strong impression that there's only one way to save this country, and that's not happening either.
No. And we really don't want it to come down to that.
No.
To everybody, well, it's that verse. If all his people who are by his name repent, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Humble themselves and repent. That won't ever happen because they want to believe they're right.
Yeah. And our churches aren't teaching it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's sad all the way around.
I mean, that the only action there really is to do at this point, because we can't hold anybody accountable. We don't have anybody to hold anybody accountable.
We need a supreme miracle.
Yep. That's about all there is left.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm praying for.
Yeah. It's not necessarily that us need a miracle. It's people younger than us that need the miracle more than we do.
Yeah. And for the younger people, they don't know what it's all about. They've been conditioned all their life this way, so they don't know any different.
No. I feel very privileged being 60. God knows how you feel, Kerry.
I feel
What's that compliment or not?
Gee, thanks, Nobby. Yeah,
You're a human though, really, Kerry, aren't you?
that's what they say. That old fart, what's he know?
But into your 15 years now, aren't you, Kerry?
Come
Something like that.
in 2 weeks, it'll be 74 years. So, yeah,
And how long? When?
2 more weeks.
2 weeks, your
2 weeks
birthday.
today.
Right.
Yeah, it's still Wednesday.
Wait,
I'll have to
2
get
more
bus
weeks
over and
you'll
give you
be how
bumps.
old?
If I get bus over, can I have a bit of cake?
If you did what?
If I get the bus over, are you going to give me a slice of your cake?
Sure. I get one.
It might be worth a £3 bus fare then.
Yeah.
I'll have
No.
to go to
You
York
don't
though
have
to
cake
catch
in
the
England?
bus.
You don't
I have
have
to go
cake
to
in
York to get
England?
the express bus.
Well, in England, they celebrate the anniversary. They don't celebrate the birthday. They celebrate the anniversary of the birthday, right?
Yeah, the anniversary of our teenage years.
Yeah. I've heard that. I don't know.
13 again today for the 5th time.
I've heard that from one of my buddies here.
I just had a notification pop up. Dang it.
Yeah, tell everybody in California, friend Brian Chatton, look him up on Facebook, and he's going to do a concert in California, and I can't remember the name of the town now, but I put it on my Facebook, told everybody that he's the one that wrote "Want to Be a Cowboy," and he made a fortune when, the steakhouse made it their commercial. And he
There's one
left.
thing that I don't want to grow up.
I don't know how to grow up, and don't tell me how to.
I don't want to.
don't
I'm
wanna-
enjoying my toys. I've got loads of toy cars and loads of lovely things to play with. You know what I mean? Like when you're a child, it's all good.
Mhm.
Keeps you alive.
Yep.
You got to have fun every day.
Yeah, I'm sure one of my granddaughters will. My birthday. They always do.
Denny's always has something for me on my birthday.
Uh-huh. I haven't seen him on here much.
Denny?
Yeah.
No, I meant the restaurant.
Oh,
Danny's not coming anymore because he didn't like something somebody did.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, okay, goodbye.
Hmm.
So he don't come anymore.
I noticed a lot of people are changing, you know.
I'm like, your friend said this to my friend, so I'm not, and I'm like, okay, goodbye.
Mhm.
I'm not going to monitor my friends. That's craziness.
Yeah, a lot of friends have gone to the dark side and, gone with the other group.
Well, I just don't understand. I'm like, what other people do on other streams has nothing to do with my stream.
Exactly.
And if you want to leave because of it, then go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have to make up their
That's
mind.
why he's not here.
They have to make up their mind, which way they want to go. It's their prerogative, and that's what we're fighting for, really.
There is no way to go. What I'm saying is he expects me to tell people how to behave.
No, we can't do that. We can't.
I know.
It's just impossible. We just have to love each other, and
I'm like, you behave one way in my house. I don't care what you do outside my house. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care anything.
Exactly, and that's the way it should be. That's what I try to tell everybody, or not tell them, but that's my philosophy. My house, my rules.
Exactly.
There's no constitution there. There's no freedom of speech. On our pages at all.
No,
You don't,
the freedom of speech comes in. You could say whatever you want on your channel.
right. Your channel, whatever you want. Exactly. Because you come into somebody's house, you don't do, you don't have freedom of speech. You come into their regular home. If
So
you
when I
don't
come round to your house, Kerry, I can't sit in your favourite chair.
do what?
I can't come round to your house and sit in your favourite chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't sit in my favorite chair.
That's right.
I don't even know if you can get in my house to sit in my favorite chair.
Well, I'm a guest. I should get the best chair, shouldn't I? See, I'm a guest. I've
I
come
don't-
all
Well, I'll
that
give
way
you
as
the
well.
best chair, but it ain't my
But to
chair.
endure that 40-minute bus ride from New York to America.
I don't have one anymore. And when I did, the dog took it over.
My best
Oh, you
chair is
don't get your
outside.
chair.
I have a zero gravity chair. It's the best chair I got. You may sit in it,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
it ain't my chair.
I have my computer desk chair and I have a lawn chair that I use when I go out and around.
Well, the main reason you can't sit in my chair is because my chair is my bed, and you're not touching my bed.
Oh, sure. That's for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot more things I'd love to do, but I just can't afford it. I just do by my means, and that's it.
Yep, me too.
It just some things are just impossible. Just like I would like to go to Atlanta yet tomorrow, but I had the money to go up there, but I wouldn't have the money to get back.
I was supposed to go up to the state of Washington and maybe even Canada this summer, but that didn't pan out at all. My
Mhm.
truck ate all my money.
I might have to
That
talk.
really sucked because I was all real anxious to meet Annie, and I was going to see the Vicks. There
Oh,
was so
boy.
much I was going to do.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but yeah. Fate has it, yeah. I'm going to ask my granddaughter if I can borrow her Jeep Punisher and go on a vacation. It'll be a lot, hopefully it'll be a
Will
lot.
she put all the fuel in it to go?
Huh?
Will she put all the fuel in it to get to go?
Oh, shoot, no.
My truck would make it. I just don't have the fuel to put it in there now.
It would more than likely probably take the same amount of gas my car does. Jalopy.
I get 17 miles a gallon.
Yeah, I do too.
That's sad.
16, 17 miles a gallon. Yeah, boy. It. You know what surprised me down the road here from me? We have a Love's truck stop. They sell gas for $3.59, and everywhere else around sells it for $3.89.
Wow.
30 cents different.
The Circle K by me, I'm still getting $3.77, and in town it's $3.90 something.
Uh-huh. You know what? They must have their own depot or something, to be able to. And then if you have their app, you get 10 cents more. So it's actually
Wow. That's cool. Well, I just have a Circle K.
Uh-huh.
The other Circle Ks cost more. I don't know how this one isn't.
I know. I don't understand, how they come up with these prices and then it'll go down for a weekend and then it could jump back up. Man, those cars are on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, they're going to have mayhem like I had here today. I thought for a second it's the Wild Wild West. They each went off in different directions, almost went head on to each other.
Oh,
Like,
no.
what is going on? my coworker brought me some food and she's like, "What's wrong with people?" And the guy yells back, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Slow down." And he goes, "I wasn't going fast." And I'm like, "Well, the speed limit's 15. He goes, "I didn't go over 15. I said, "Well, when you're going the wrong way, you need to go negative 15.
Right. You need to stop and go the other way.
I'm like, "You don't go 15 miles per hour going the wrong direction. What's wrong with you?"
Hurry up. Yep. People do the silliest things, I'm telling you.
I go over and I tell him, "You're going the wrong way." And he says, "That's okay. I backed up and went the other way." And I'm like, "No, it's not okay."
No. And people, they just think that way.
I don't know.
Sorry, officer.
You're going the wrong direction. "No, it's okay. I backed up and went the other way."
I was going the wrong way before.
Well, he was. He was going the wrong way the other loop and then came into my loop and went the wrong way.
Yeah.
So he went the wrong way both ways.
Both ways. Yeah. Crazy. And boy, on the road, you see it all the time. Some of the stunts these people pull. Oh boy.
It's because they're entitled to live differently than the other person.
Yeah, I need to go through all my driving videos and pull out the mistakes and things that people do. Cut off, race ahead of you to pass you to get to an exit, cut everybody else off at the exit. Crazy stuff.
Well, I don't know what makes people think they have. We have people come in and they're like, "We see the campground's full, but you guys have some spots somewhere, right?"
Yeah, you hold back for your regulars, don't you?
Well, they wasn't even a regular. It's just
I
a
know.
stranger off the street. And I'm thinking, "Nope, I don't know you, but we must have been saving that spot just for you."
Right.
Because you are the driver of that car. I don't know. I can't comprehend these people sometimes. Or we have this giant sign that says "No lake access." So they drive in and they start going up and down all the loops looking for the road to get to the lake.
Hey Cole, how you doing tonight? Good to have you here at Wendy's.
I call. And then they like, "We're lost. How do we get out of here?"
Yeah,
But they don't say that. They say, "We're lost. We can't find our way out. How do we get the lake from here?" And I have to tell them, "You have to exit." There is no secret.
right.
I'm going to start charging them $100 for the secret. And the secret's going to be we don't have a road that goes there. Even the camp host has to go out to the main road.
Yeah. People just don't understand.
I want to put "We're not lying" at the bottom of the sign. I don't know what else to do.
Just put "Trust me" on the bottom of it.
Yeah, I'm not a writer, but I wanted to write a book when I was a courier, all the things that went on, driving. It's just insane what people do. I love it when they race up to a merge and they just all speed ahead, Here I come.
Oh, that's the part I hated about the convoy going through California.
Mhm.
That one where the three lanes and 3 lanes merging in the middle somewhere. And I'm pulling that camper. Nobody's letting me in. I had to stop. There was nothing to do. And
Oh,
people
no.
are honking like, "Why'd you stop?" And I said, "Because I can't run into them."
Uh-huh.
It was insanity. They would not let me in. I'm like, "You got to let me merge."
Yeah, I'm part of it. Let me in. Yep.
Well, if you don't let them into traffic, they got to stop.
Yeah, we live in a weird society.
Yep.
When it
My
comes,
way or the highway.
yep.
Actually, it's the highway is my way. Or else.
Everybody believes the world revolves around them.
Yep. They're entitled.
Right.
It's my
Yeah.
right to go. You figure it out.
We had to work hard to get that title, get that respect. And everybody did their job, and now they go to work to not do their job. And it's accepted.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
There's a lot of people that don't work.
Yeah.
A lot of young kids who just don't work.
Don't work at all.
It's not even in their thoughts to work.
No.
I can't even comprehend it. I'm on disability and I still try to do something here and there. I can't just sit on my ass and do nothing with my life.
You can't tell the time with analog watches or tie the shoelaces either.
That's right. They have those elastic things for shoelaces. I got a cheap pair of shoes and all it had was like a rubber band for a shoelace. And you're supposed to pull this thing on it. The squirrels ate it.
Oh.
And then I got cotton shoelaces and they ripped it apart. And then they started attacking the shoe itself because they wanted the elastic shoelaces.
Hmm. Something about the material they're using now, rats and squirrels.
Well, the elastic has vegetable oil in it, like the wiring in the vehicles now.
Yeah, the corn oil or something.
Yeah, that's what they're putting in there so the critters want to eat them.
Yep. That's a real good idea. Let's put some corn oil in us, rats. We could sell more wires.
They want to make everything disposable, so you have to buy more of it.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Crazy. They used to build things to last, and now they build them to break down.
Yep.
More money.
Like phones and computers aren't meant to last more than a couple years now.
Yep. And I'm finding
now
out.
They're trying to make cars disposable. They pack the motors so tight you can't even get in there to fix anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good mechanics quit because of that.
That's how Mazda started out. It started out as a disposable car. Yugo started out as a disposable car, and they did themselves in because it didn't last long enough. Been several companies, have built disposable cheap cars, and it just didn't pan out for them. Well, Mazda went from the disposable to the rotary engine, and that didn't work, so they sold out to Ford. A lot of crazy things have gone on.
I'm surprised the self-driving cars are taking so long to get into action.
Oh boy, let's hope it doesn't.
Well, I hope it doesn't either, but I'm just surprised the way they were driving them around in Tempe there for the longest time.
Uh-huh. They found out that they're just as successful. Yeah, they just have as many accidents as driver cars.
Yep. There's a lot of factors they haven't figured in for it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like making way for emergency vehicles.
And it costs so much more, for the vehicle. And then they're usually electric. That costs more. Costs more to replace everything. Pure expensive. There's a hippie. You're a flower child.
Yep.
Kathy says, Kathy's
Kathy's saying Deb's not here.
he went with Dave. Dave's not.
It got quiet and he took it personal. So he's not here right now. Yeah, I think he's having a rough day. If you see him, I hope he gets better. Hope it gets better for him.
Yeah, it's really rough losing a friend.
I know. I had 3 years where I lost two of my three closest friends. My dad, my dog, all my neighbors moved out of the park and moved to another park. It was a very rough 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Probably the roughest of my life. I don't deal with death myself very well at all.
Yeah, depending on the person, it could be as bad as a family member.
Yeah, he was here. I sent him an email, but he didn't respond. So maybe he'll be here tomorrow night. What's tonight? Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow night's Thursday. I was hoping to play that earwax game that Nobby can't play because it annoys his ears.
Oh.
Oh, that music's awful on that through headphones.
I was hoping to play that, but I don't own it, so.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason why I don't like it, because the music in it's so like raunchy.
I may
like,
have.
It's
I
really
might
bad
have
quality.
I might have to buy another game to have something to play when he's not here.
Oh my goodness! You
What?
can tell that's a robot.
That's that 360 camera, ain't it?
Yeah, but you can't put it through StreamYard. So, yeah.
I know. I liked playing with that video, that 360. I want a 360 on a campfire.
Oh yeah.
Then I can like pretend I'm poking at the logs, stirring it up.
Okay, I'll do one then. Next time we have a fire, I'll think about it.
We had a really bad poop explosion in one of the vaults, and I thought about doing the video.
Oh. Are you?
Nobby wanted a video of the cleaning the vault toilets.
Yeah, guy.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
I'm gonna wait for a good poop explosion.
You're going the wrong way.
We're gonna wait for a good poop explosion. It'll be a good
one of them
video.
movies for YouTube, a day in the life of. What type of job do you think this lady's got?
Nobby, back there where they had those crazy curvy lines, what were you supposed to do there?
Which were all them crazy wavy lines?
Yeah.
Let's go back. I can't remember. I didn't see what you're looking at. That's all.
Like back and forth along the side.
Oh, them ones, yeah. They're for pedestrian crossings and things.
Like that right there.
Yeah, pedestrian crossings.
So
there's no parking, no waiting in them areas, in the zigzag areas.
Oh, okay.
So it protects the crossing.
I know that the arrows across the road indicate a bump.
Yeah, actually on the humps, yeah. There's triangles painted on the humps, yeah.
Uh-huh. I didn't know what those crazy zigzags were.
It's just a warning to people not to hang around or park there or obstruct the vision of the
My bad.
pedestrians on the crossing.
And they don't do straight lines like we do.
No.
There, look, there's another crossing there, just before the tunnel.
I guess Vic's bingo's starting.
Oh. Yeah, maybe he's helping them with the bingo.
Maybe that's what he went to do.
There's the humps.
All kinds of markings.
Oh, that's dizzy. Those arrows go in circles.
Uh-huh.
How do you know where to drive? I guess you're used to it.
There was a circle back there. Quite a bit different, for sure.
So I guess I'm going to think twice about trying to drive in another country. When I tried to go up to Niagara Falls, I didn't know what to do. A car in
It's
front of me
brilliant.
paused
It's
at the
brilliant 'cause
window.
when you bring your car over to England, you'll be able to see over all steep cliffs and things like that. That's what I used to do when I went around France in my Ford Escort, which was a right-hand drive. It was great when you'd gone over like Chamonix and places like that. You could drive right on the edge of the mountain because you were sat on the right side of the road. But it's got advantages having the steering wheel on the other side of the road. If you go to a different country, that is.
Yeah, Niagara Falls, they have a lot of roundabouts and things around there that really confuse you.
Well, just trying to go through the gate confused me because I never had been through it.
Uh-huh.
And the car in front of me paused and then drove through. So
Mhm.
I get to the window and I pause and I drive. Next thing I know, there's sirens going off.
Weren't you meant to do something while you were paused?
They probably had one of
guess-
those.
You just paused and pull a face at somebody, did you? Then drove off.
They probably had a pass.
He might have been a regular or something. I didn't know. So I
Yeah.
pause, wave, and drive away.
They-
all the sirens. I had to stop in the middle of the road. There's cops behind me.
They have a Can-Am pass.
Didn't that dude have a white wig on and like red robes and things like that in front?
Then he asked me if what I was carrying across the border, and I'm like, peanut butter?
Oh, you don't want to take peanut butter here.
Notice
It's highly illegal.
in the middle of the gate they have a hump. It's like a X-ray. Takes a picture of what's in your vehicle.
Well, we just had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to go to Niagara Falls.
Oh boy! I always said I wanted to drive on Broadway like the taxi cabs do, and sure enough, I did it. I had a ball. I'm racing along with those cab drivers, just having a good old time. My wife was like, "What? The whole time. Watch, because they're cutting in and out. You know, somebody hollering taxi, they zip out in front of you and cross the road, bumper to bumper. It was wild. I loved every minute of it. That was before we had cameras on the phone. I'd love to have had a video of that.
Yeah, we want a video of that.
Yeah.
Video of me breaking into Canada.
You see it. You see it on TV all the time. You know, in shows and stuff, but to actually do it.
Well, I was constantly messing up on the convoy. They tell us to go somewhere, and it wasn't really clear to me. Like they'd say, don't leave yet, or don't leave till so-and-so leaves. Oh, there was a guy that met with one of the girls, like they were dating her, I don't know what, but he came over to visit her, and he looked a lot like X-Ray's car. And I was front in line, and he left. So I followed, and about 20 cars followed me, and we all drove up to this guy's front yard gate.
Oh, no.
It was so funny.
I think I remember that they were saying they lost the group.
It was me. I followed this guy, and everybody followed me.
But, who was
How
it?
long did you stay for?
He went up to the gate, and I'm like, are we ready to fuel up? Why are we stopping here? And he goes, I live here. And I'm like, oh, crap.
Did you sit in his favorite chair?
Oh,
That would have been funny. I'm joking with Chris, who was with us, and I'm like, "This, if your daughter's dating, the best way to keep her
Just
safe
move
is
in. Chuck
form
him
a
out.
convoy. 20 guys follow him around."
that's what you need to
I
do.
was living in that house, and then this Wendy bird came round, and next thing I knew, I'm on the streets.
Write your memoirs. Memories of Wendy.
I had so much fun on that convoy. I can't even tell you. They're like, nobody has to know you made a mistake. And I said, I don't care if they do or not.
And you had that. What was that incident on the mountain?
Tracy? No,
There was
on
All
the
though,
mountain.
innit?
The ambulance got hit.
Yeah, she ran into the back of Bryant's
Yeah.
truck. And then they kept hitting her. Traffic kept hitting her.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was not good.
I think I saw you there.
Yeah, well, I didn't stop on the mountain. I stopped and said, I'm sorry, I can't stop. Because traffic was not stopping. We couldn't hold everybody up. And somebody, and Bryant and her were together, so I figured she was safe. So I went down, and as soon as I got a signal, I messaged that they were there. But man, Eric, man, he missed all the stuff. He was working his butt off to keep that convoy going.
Uh-huh.
And all they could do is rip them apart for it.
Oh,
That was sad.
They didn't appreciate it at all.
Nope.
At all.
They kept telling him, leave them behind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm paying for my own repairs. I couldn't afford to pay him for the repairs, but
Yep. That
just
was a
leave
fun.
them behind. That was their motto. Just leave them behind.
Leave them behind. Yet they wanted everything dished out to them.
Yeah. Oh well. And
Yep.
then and then they said put the Cash App thing on your vehicle. Then they start saying you guys are grifters, and I'm like, if I have the time and somebody who's working doesn't have the time, I'm representing them.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that? I didn't understand that one. So,
No.
but that label didn't stick very long because it was over, I guess.
I don't understand.
Took me 2 months to get home.
Yeah, I didn't understand that philosophy at all. The grifter part, because grifters are scammers, and
Yeah.
they run long time scams on victims. You know,
I wasn't trying to scam anybody. I was trying to fight for a cause and represent the people who couldn't do it.
that's right.
That's what I was doing.
And it was just the people wanting to tear things down. You know, coming up with these new names and
Well, there were some in the convoy that were just,
yeah, definitely in it for the money.
but that was very few.
Uh huh. Not enough to put a name on it.
Yep.
Yeah, there are people that abuse everything.
And we needed numbers anyway, so who cares what their intentions were? We needed the numbers.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And groups like that, they're going to bring in all types of people. You know, it's just
Exactly.
that's the sad part of it. And then you get a bad name going because of it. You don't want something out that like that really out in the public. You want to keep it quiet and work it on your end. But
Yeah.
people can't keep their mouth shut. Have to blow it all out of proportion and still blow it out of proportion.
Yep. Well, I don't care if I have a label or not. Care less.
This is all the things we're fighting. On top of fighting for our freedom, we got to fight off the ones that are trying to destroy what we're doing.
They can call me and label me whatever they want. It doesn't change who I am.
That's right. Exactly. That's a crooked a walkway. I'm getting dizzy.
Do they just somebody let a kid out there to draw a line with the chalk? Draw us a line for the pedestrians, and the kid goes out there with a line. And then they paint it in.
In West Virginia, they tie a bee onto a cow's tail and follow it.
Okay.
So that's how they made those roads. That driver's drunk.
No, it's a 360 camera.
Oh, keeps wobbling back and forth.
You can actually go to that video and move the view around.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Does it do it on
I wish I had one.
Yeah, that guy that does Washington, Penguin 6, he has one he uses all the time. He did a video in London, 360. Penguin 6.
I would have loved to, whenever they were down in DC with the cameras and stuff when they first went and I was still watching, I would have loved to have a 360 because I could turn around and see it. Somebody had a really good microphone because it felt like I was sitting right there. You could hear the footsteps of somebody walking out.
Uh-huh.
I missed everybody really badly at first.
Yep.
And then eventually, as things got worse, it's like I had to walk away. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
That was the saddest part because we were so connected.
Yeah, we need to get people to talk more, and
I don't know how.
discuss everything, because I know there's a lot of good ideas out there, but just nobody's bringing them out. They're, keeping quiet. We need to have more like this, we talk open about things, I would love somebody to go along with these people that are traveling, and interview different people from, different interview to different people, get the people known. You know what I'm saying? Not just,
Yeah.
but interview people, get their thoughts, their opinions, and so on and so forth. I think that would help a bunch. Just filming an event doesn't do anything. You got to know the people and what they think and what they're standing for.
Yeah. Well, Glory B,
Uh-huh.
she's down at the J6 thing. They talk to the prisoners, like interview things.
Yeah.
But I can't watch her every single day.
But she can't video that either, with the prisoners and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the bad part.
No, they've had some phone calls that
Yeah.
they put
Yeah,
on.
the phone calls they put out, yeah. Those are interesting. Yeah, I can't watch it every day either. I don't know. I just can't do it.
It's hard when you know there's nothing you can do
Mhm.
that you know of.
And those guys are out there every
And
night.
and they're still arresting people, and
Yeah.
and then you're like, what can I do? And there's no definite answers of what to do. We just got to sit it out and wait and see how it goes.
We call and write letters and all this stuff, and it's just we got people talking like they're trying to help, but I don't see anything out of them. Like Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I haven't seen any results, any output from it. So it makes you wonder. It makes everybody wonder.
Yep, exactly. And then they wonder why we can't gather to do anything, because we're at a loss of what to do.
Right.
We're at a loss.
We're doing it. We've done it. And it just seems to get worse. But we are fighting pure evil. So,
Yeah.
we have to expect it.
I know with the protesting the drag queen stuff, they're protesting the wrong places. You can't go protest the event that's already given approval. You got to go protest the guy who allowed it.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get everybody to focus on, that. You got to protest the guy. He's at home all comfortable and he gave him approval. What good's protesting an event that's been given approval? They're like looking at you going, are you crazy? We've been approved.
Yeah. Yep. And they're always coming up with a new gimmick. The governor of Florida has tried everything to shut them down, but then they come up with a different loophole that they can use.
Yep.
The ones we should be protesting is only the ones where they allow children. But they can do whatever they want to do. That's their freedom. But
Well, we should be protesting the political official who allowed it.
exactly.
That's where protesting the event itself, even if they're allowing the children, protesting the event itself doesn't do any good. It's the official who needed to be protested non-stop.
We all know for thousands of years prior to 1952 that all this stuff was totally disgustingly illegal.
Yep.
1952, what happened?
So if we don't protest the official, they keep approving it.
Yeah,
they find loopholes in the law, and they.
Okay, then can you tell me why they don't tell stories to the elderly people or the people in insane asylums and places like that? People who actually need people to actually speak to them. You're like old people's homes and things like that. Why don't they do it there? Why did they pick libraries and children?
Do they still have?
There's a whole reason behind that. But
so why don't they tell stories to elderly people?
We need to protest the officials who are allowing it.
These stories more than children, surely.
Yeah.
They're probably in mental homes on the way out, just about to die. They need it more than children have got the rest of their lives to be able to learn how to read.
That's like the one town nearby here, Lakeland. They're always having the gay pride, the children in the libraries and the churches and the skating rink.
Well, they're all criminals, aren't they? It's
The
obvious.
city, let's,
They are, but there's
They've
not,
been
because
criminals up
people are
until
protesting.
1952 here in this country.
People
I
are
can't
putting their
understand how
energy
come,
in
you
the
know.
wrong place, and so we're not able to stop it because we're letting the guy who approved it sleep at night.
yeah,
He shouldn't be allowed to sleep at night. He should be protested nonstop.
that's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
I mean, that's the only thing I have.
I don't think anybody's doing that.
Nobody is. They're waiting
Oh,
for the
bent
event and they're
psychopaths, aren't
showing
they?
up. And I'm like, that's not the
Absolute
time, that's
psychopaths,
not
a lot
the
of them.
place or the time to be protesting.
And all part of the government's terrorist plan.
And the one right is Lakeland. They had the neo-Nazis protesting against them. What kind of how to do? You know, got two bad groups. You know,
Why don't they go tell stories to Ugandan children? It's quite, the
Because
children
they're-
there need more stories, English stories telling, and then they'll be able to learn English as well at the same time. Why don't they go tell stories in Russia libraries?
Because their officials are still
Or
stopping them.
Chinese
Our officials
libraries.
aren't.
So therefore, when there's something illegal in a certain part of the planet, why is it legal in other parts of the planet? That doesn't make any sense, does it?
No,
it's
but
just
that's
like
because as you can see, they go protest the wrong people so they can get away with it.
So why don't they go, tell stories to older people?
Because
Why
they
don't they
don't
go
need
tell
to hurt
stories
the older
to
people. The older
teenagers?
people
Why don't they go
die
tell
out.
stories to people with, I don't know?
It's a satanic plot, actually. That's why.
it's just like
They could sign language to deaf people.
we've been getting conditioned like that in everything. It's just like that debate tonight. They were talking about how bad Putin was, because we've always been taught that Russia bad, Russia bad.
I listened to Putin's speech, and some of what he had to say was so true that they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
He's so constitutional. He's the most constitutionalist person in power on the planet, where I'm concerned.
We're back in the most corrupt government there is over there. Ukraine has got their fingers in everything corrupt and biological stuff and everything, and we're back in that. And
Right is wrong, and what's wrong is right.
Putin also knows there's a difference between the British and the English. He will not target civilians like us. So therefore, I don't think he's going to bomb the English Isles, because he knows 80% of our country are law-abiding citizens.
We
it's
are in that
just our government which are the criminals.
We're in that age that the Bible describes as what is right is wrong and what is wrong is right.
Exactly. And we're there.
We are in that age, and if people don't believe that, they're deceived. And as long as we don't turn around and repent, he's going to give them over to depraved mind, and they're going to think what they're doing is right. They're nuts.
Yeah.
Lost their minds.
And they are.
Well, governments are psychopathic Fabians. You know what I mean?
They are.
They've got no ethical feelings, or
no. It's all satanic.
They're just
all satanic.
And psychopaths get off what they've got in their head to be the ultimate thing, which is murder, rape, mayhem, destruction, whatever they've got in their heads. It's not money.
And these evil politicians and scientific research, they've got us brainwashed into thinking, what the evil they're doing, they sugarcoat it, make it look, how good this will be, how good that will be,
Yeah.
And we accept it, with the sugarcoating. Blindly, we don't we don't research or pay attention enough to actually know what's going on deep
Well,
down.
most people don't even believe the Bible, let alone read it.
True.
And
Yeah.
I have a ton of people I used to go to church with at a good at a Christian church. I shouldn't say good Christian church, but they absolutely refuse to read the word, trying to tell me that them and God are like this, crossing their fingers together. And they're like, it's all about feeling and experience. And I'm like, no, it's not. How do you know what spirit you're feeling? You got to
Mhm.
test the spirits. But, most people don't even believe the Bible anymore.
Satan can be a bright light too, and a
He is an angel. He's
Yeah.
He's an angel that's sinned, a fallen angel. He's an angel.
he's not
And they're like, well, I saw an angel. It got to be from God. And I'm like, oh boy.
and he was the most beautiful creature. That's and now they paint him ugly, but he's the most beautiful creature that God created.
And then they're like, I feel the spirit and God's doing it. How do you know? What do you have to test against it?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe in the Bible anymore, then you're just not Christian, because in the Bible itself, it says that Jesus is the Word.
Exactly.
And if you don't believe it, you don't believe him. Don't call yourself a Christian if you don't believe it.
And they twist it to benefit them and what their agenda is, and leave the Bible totally out of it.
Yep.
And a lot of churches they go with the government just so they keep their tax-free status and their 501s and
All their social teaching, I'm like, that's not what it is.
it's not the way. It's not the way. It's almost impossible, if not impossible, to find a good church.
Yeah.
They've-
And it's been so long in the works to twist it all that people can't even comprehend.
No.
If they can't trust that word 100%, they've got nothing they can count on as truth.
Instead of studying on themselves, they believe in Pastor so and so and everything they
Yeah,
say.
he's a good person, and I'm like, all right, so only stupid people are deceived. That's not true.
No, they could be deceiving just as much as anybody else.
Anybody can.
In fact, whenever they said something wrong, they are more deceiving than anybody else because everybody's listening to them.
Because they won't read on their own. They just want to listen to the pastor's interpretation.
Mm-hmm. It's just like these churches with the gay agenda. They believe that pastor,
Oh, there's a church here in Prescott with the rainbow outside of it. It drives me nuts.
Oh. And
they're inclusive.
And if you notice, they have 6 colors, and God's rainbow has 7.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, what kind of church needs to be inclusive? That's not what the Bible is about.
No, they can bring them in there. They shouldn't condone it.
Any church that condones does not believe in the Bible, and they don't believe that Jesus is the Word. And they can't tell me any different because the Word says different.
Because it says it's abominable. That don't mean you could turn around and make it right.
Exactly.
It's abominable. It's abominable. I mean,
they've thrown the Bible out at that point.
It's been illegal for thousands and thousands of years. Must be some reasoning in that.
Use other scriptures to mix the point up, but no, it's abominable. Period.
I think in Russia they get put in mental asylums. I think that's what happens to them. I'm not too sure.
Navi?
Sorry?
Are there mental asylums in England?
Yeah, there's one about a quarter mile away from where I am at the moment.
Really?
I can tell you a story about it if you want.
Yes. Well, here they did away with them instead of correcting the problems that were going on in them. They did away with them. Now we got all the lunatics out in the world. not
I'll
get.
tell you a story about what happened last summer.
Yeah, you
We're
can't.
we're having a children's event in a pub in the afternoon through till 7 o'clock. Then at 7 o'clock through till 9 o'clock, we're having drinks and you know what I mean, that type of thing, and then going on our merry ways. So during the daytime, it was beautiful daytime. We had food, snacks, and things in the pub, and loads of children and loads of parents, things like that. And then what happens? This strange-looking monster thing came into the event, into the pub. You just know, Kerry, yeah? When you see somebody who looks like a bloody monster, it looks like something absolutely despicable as a human being, you know there's something wrong with it, yeah?
Yeah.
Turns out, this dude, saw him outside, he had a carrier bag, balding head, fat dude, with one of them demonic looks in his eyes with the screwed up face. Monster looking. It was with, I found out, I went outside and it was like with two 20, 25-year-old girls. I'm thinking, what on earth's going on here? Anyway, so I'm in this pub and I get complaints about people saying, oh, Hattie's toy's gone missing. You know, can't find, what do you call it, Jimmy's gloves, and can't find this, that, and other. Yeah, we're going on all through there. Yeah, toys and things going missing, food going missing and stuff. Ends up that this dude has been nicking all children's toys and putting them in his carrier bag. And he was with these two ladies, what I'm talking about. They were about 20, well, they actually were. They told me, and they were 25. After they'd left, we realised what had gone on, that this dude had robbed a load of stuff from the event and been acting very suspiciously. We all left. I went to my local pub. You've just seen that pub just then where I cycled from. Went to my local pub, and who's in there? I'm up front at bar speaking to management and that, like you do, you know, having a chat and that. And who stood next to me? This dude with a carrier bag. And so what I did, I walked outside, and these two ladies were outside, and they says, "Oh yeah, we're part of NHS mental health. We're taking him out for a day. We've been taking him out for a day." And it says, "You do realise he's been stealing and fiddling with kids' stuff and stuff." And they're going. They looked at me as though to say they knew what I was saying. So I went straight back into the pub, grabbed this dude back, scruff his neck, pulled him out of the pub. Now the pub would not have that happen ever. Yeah, it would not allow me to do that ever. It's against the rules. You know what I'm saying? You'd get barred. You'd get really bad karma for it. Yeah. Uh-huh. So anyway, I dragged this dude out, but the bar staff already knew what had happened. Dragged him outside, pulled him onto the floor, grabbed over his bag, and he run off up the street, leaving these two young girls, 25-year-old girls, which were his carers, to explain what on earth was going on. So that's what mental health is around here at the moment. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a lot of it too. A lot of it going on all over.
Yeah. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a violent person. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when you get psychopaths like that in your community, somebody has to do something about it.
Mate, yeah. Well, they lock them up for 72 hours here, and then they let them go. You know.
Yeah, this is where it is. It's like a halfway house. This is in Harrogate.
Yeah, they don't.
It's got cells in it. I've actually been in the building because I used to clean there when I was a kid. In 1979, when we were at school, the same building. It wasn't a mental asylum then, but it is now. You know, it's been transferred into one sort of thing. And in between house where they jail them for a couple of days, I don't know what they do, but you know,
they give them drugs to make them like zombies. You know, not be able to do anything. Yeah. They might as well. Yeah. They might as well be locked up. You know.
Yeah, like activized them.
maybe take care of them. But no, they let them out to wander the streets and do
And
their.
they're dangerous, and there's two 25-year-old girls looking after this dude. He could have crushed them with his little fingers.
Mhm.
He's a monster. But a really, really, sorry to say, but really, really mentally disabled, you know?
Uh-huh.
He had a screwed up face like Quasimodo sort of thing. Monster. And he'd done what I told you.
And they're like
He's
criminals.
obviously a kiddie fiddler. He's nicking kids' toys and stuff.
A lot of
Been playing broad daylight with his two bloody carers with him.
yeah, and they're involved in criminal activities. They should be locked up. But they should have a certain place to lock them up and take care of them.
But
Here they lock them up in the
what's worse
same
is
place
he
they lock.
is he as bad as these ones in library or what? Or is he worse or what? They're all equal to me. They're all evil. Yeah.
And here they'll lock you up with the same people that are just in there for depression, and they'll
Right.
lock them all up in the same place.
Same place. That's the problem. They need to have separate facilities for different deals. You know, it's crazy, and I don't understand why people don't see it. Well, they do see it, but they just don't know what to do about it.
Because it's government
everything-
government healthcare. That's the problem. It's not people's healthcare, is it?
No.
It's not the community's healthcare. Healthcare is anti-community where I'm concerned. Especially government healthcare, health non-care, whatever you call it.
They want health care, but they don't want mental care. Because it's a hard thing to deal with. I mean, it's very tough dealing with the mental. Very tough. And they train too many social workers to let them do what they're doing, you know, and just try to pacify them, get them through.
If they're criminally mental, though, there's a different approach, isn't there?
Yeah.
If they're not criminally mental, you know, we've got to look after them. You know,
They,
if they're criminally mental, we've got to get rid of them.
they just dropped the ball on the whole situation. Now they're out on the streets, you know, out on the streets yeah, well, not even in the slum areas now. They're everywhere, all over the city streets.
Most of them were self-inflicted as well. A lot of them, these adults anyway, which not had mental problems when they were children, usually on smack or some type of crazy drug or something.
Mm-hmm. And they get on drugs to try to clear their minds, and it makes it worse. Try to get to
Worst thing that they could do is take drugs. Just don't take drugs. Don't take pharma. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay if you mess up when you're a child, maybe when you're 14, 15, 16, going through adolescence, and you'd maybe have an acid drop or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But grow up, man, you know what I'm saying? You don't take drugs when you're whatever, do you?
Well, a lot of the problem with our children is they can't be children anymore. They're helicoptered over. They're not allowed to do things that normal kids should do.
No.
And it causes depression among kids because, you know, they get the ADHD and all this stuff because they're not allowed to do anything. They just can't be children. They got to live up to adults' expectations and their fears, you know, everything. We had things going on when I was young, but we went out. We stayed out all day until the street lights come on.
Yeah.
Well, and then they're given things that aren't reality too, like your 52 genders or whatever, how many there are now.
Yeah, and they're all worried about that.
Whatever the F that is, yeah.
What can I be and what am I? And
yeah.
It's
if you're not given truth, who do you believe? Who can teach you anything about how to live?
Right.
So why behave? Why listen to anybody if nobody speaks the truth?
and a lot of them fall into deep depression because of it. It's a sad situation. I go through it with my granddaughters, you know. So you be yourself, you know, what you think. You know, how do you feel about it? Try to teach them the right way. That's all we can do.
Nambi got all blacked out.
I'm getting now, I might press the mouse every minute, changing pictures, so I thought I'd go black.
Oh, okay.
I'm lying down at the moment, so I don't know what I'm showing.
Yeah, well,
It's 26 in the morning.
I'm gonna have to call tonight. I'm starting to get a lot of pain here, sitting in one position.
Yeah, it's about time. I gotta get to sleep. I got work to do tomorrow too.
Yep. And I don't know that I'll be on tomorrow night or not because I got to get up really early to go to my orthopedic doctor in Orlando. That's a good hour and a half, 2-hour drive.
Yeah, I don't know what I wanted to do earwax tomorrow night, but I don't know how that's gonna go.
Yeah.
So I might have to buy myself some games.
Hopefully you can get a hold of him. He'll get over it.
Okay. Yeah, because he totally misinterpreted, just having a bad day.
Yeah. I'll shoot him an email tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Good night, all.
Good night, isn't it? Good night.
It's been a
Well,
pleasure.
good morning to you, Nobby. Start your
Yeah.
day. Make us a good day.
For sure. Yep.
All right. Oh, I got to get on the camera and wave to Mona.
Okay.
Hey, Mona.
Okay. Well, good night, all. Love you
All right.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.